right. That was the beautiful Southern gal. Back down memory lane. Terry Ellis of Invoke, one of my favorite peoples. Matter of fact, Terry and Invoke will be in St. Louis, August the 30th, Friday at 7 p.m. at the River City Casino. If you're in St. Louis, check out Terry Ellis and Invoke. River City Casino, Friday, August the 30th, 2019. Your boy, I might be there. Need to make some telephone calls.
In a half mile, keep to the
might be a possibility I could get free tickets. And if I can get this date that I'm looking for, it's on and popping. Yes. So, August Louis, well actually that's St. Charles, Missouri.
curve warning ahead.
Invoke will be in town. Terry Ellis, Invoke, Rona Bennett, Cindy Herron, and Terry Ellis. One of the biggest R&B soul sister groups in history in St. Louis.
Speed warning.
Before we have technical difficulties, let me see if I can knock this one out. Alrighty then. God's chosen. You know, when you look at religion, and I was very, you know, I was brought into religion as an infant. I was brought into these religious spiritual teachings, and we are always taught about the chosen people of God. And right now you have a war, and you have murder, and you have mayhem and all kinds of stuff that's going down because people want to claim they are the chosen people of God. You have those who claim to be the divine, the chosen of God, the divine. So we're looking at
US 45 Paducah.
We're looking at a group of people who are special in the eyes of God. This always made me wonder, because I'm like, you know, the question that comes in my mind is like, dang, God plays favorites. God plays, I mean, it's favoritism. You know, I'm going to choose this one over another. Out of all the people, the nations on the earth, God going to choose this one particular nation or people as his favorites. How does the other people on the planet supposed to feel? All these people are divine. You know, your preacher, Louis Farrakhan is the new Messiah. You know, he's the modern Jesus. All these divine people. And see, the sick thing about this is, thank you, Brother Micah. The sick thing about this is, since we don't have no real contact with this God, then we look up to these people we call divine as a God. Even though we know they take a dump, they are going to die, they gotta eat food, breathe air, just like you do. I don't know what's so special about them. But anyway, you say they've been chosen by God. And since
keep to the right on US 45.
You've never met God personally.
0.2 miles.
Since you never met God personally, you have no interaction with this God. The closest thing to God is these people, men or women, that you claim are divine.
It's 0.2
and
miles. Turn left on US 45.
And you actually make a God out of them. These people actually believe, using my favorite example, because there's a lot of examples, but my favorite example, one of my favorite examples is there are those who actually think, and they actually do, call Louis Farrakhan God. They do. And they look to this man as though he's some kind of God. You know, I'm not trying to make mockery of his illness, but you know, Louis Farrakhan is fighting, still fighting prostate cancer. What kind of God, what kind of divine are you and you still can get prostate cancer. You can still get breast cancer, prostate cancer. You still, your stomach still hurt. You get shot, you're gonna get seriously injured, or you're gonna die. What kind of divinity is that? What kind of protection? Because if you're divine, that would, to me, that would mean that you have some type of protection, that you have some kind of connection to the one with the power, the divine, you know, the one that gave you your divinity, right? You would think so. You have some kind of power. These people are divine, but yet and still, you don't see them with no real power. It's a lot of hype, and it's a lot of accusations, and it's a lot of things that happen, but you can't prove that they have anything to do with those things. They are divine. I've never looked at nobody as divine. Even Elijah Muhammad, I loved that man as a child, but I never put him into the category of divine. Matter of fact, I didn't even know he was called the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I always referred to him simply as Elijah Muhammad. You know, we make gods and we make these angels and we make things, and then on the other side of the coin, you know, we call people demons, you know, hell raisers and stuff like that on the other side of the coin. And, you know, people are demons, you know, evil and wicked and blah, blah, blah. But right now we're talking about those of whom we call divine. These are the divine, the God's chosen. So again, why would God choose one people over another? Why would you do that? Remember, we're all supposed to be one humanity. We're all supposed to be the same. If that's the case, then how come this people is chosen or made a favorite by the God over the other? Also, personally, me, I really wouldn't want to be divine. I really wouldn't want to be God's chosen because that means there's a certain responsibility that goes along with that. And I don't think I want that. Don't you remember back in the day when some people was teachers' pet? That means you was teachers' chosen. You was teachers' favorite. You know, when you become teacher's pet, that means you have to live up to something. The teacher is expecting something out of you. That's why you are teacher's pet. That's why a teacher chose you as her favorite. So if you are God's chosen, if you're God's chosen people, and then this God represents some kind of peace and love and all like that, then you need to represent that. But you have somebody like Louis Farrakhan that is divine, that is the chosen, but Louis Farrakhan jumped for joy when he heard about Malcolm X being shot. Louis Farrakhan know a man like Khalid Muhammad loved him, and when Khalid got shot, made no attempt to show any comfort to, you know, why is God choosing these people that, what kind of people is God choosing to be his chosen? That's what I'm getting. What kind of character is this? Here you got a man like Khalid Muhammad that love you. This man gets shot. You make no attempt to show him love when he gets shot. You don't make no attempt to show him love even after his death. But this is God's chosen person. This man, because of his mouth, he caused an environment to make people, inspire people to kill other people. This is God's chosen folks. You have Jews, so-called Jews, in Israel right now. They are warmongers, troublemakers. Every time you turn around, they are not about peace. They're not about love. They're about doing whatever they can to force you to believe in their Holocaust, to force you to believe that they are the chosen people of God. Who are these? What? Look, let me tell y'all something. I do not claim to be the smartest person in the world, okay? In fact, I can tell you I don't know everything. I can tell you I don't know, period. I don't know. I don't know everything. But don't get it twisted. I'm not stupid either. A lot of this stuff that y'all bring me, a lot of things that you say just don't make sense. And I gotta bring it up. You have to know that it don't make sense. Now look at here. What if you live in a house with your parents and you have 4 or 5 brothers and sisters in the house? Okay. But your parents only choose one out of all 5 or 6 of the children. Your parents only choose one and give all the information to this one, treat this one, their favorite. How would you feel? A parent is supposed to treat all their children the same. Otherwise, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems from the rest of the children. Why? The children are going to ask why all of us are your children. Why is this child your favorite? But God, who is the parent, God who is the parent, you have no problem with the God who is the parent picking and choosing and playing favorites. Why is there a special connection between Farrakhan, T.D. Jakes, and all these other preachers, and you don't have that connection? Here I am, whether I like it or not, you're going to call me a child of God. Why I don't have a connection to God like Farrakhan or T.D. Jakes, preachers, these divine folks, these special people. You don't have one. You waiting on the next Farrakhan DVD, T.D. Jakes, whatever he has to say on video or whatever. That's what you waiting on. God don't bring you special messages. God don't do a damn thing for you. But you a child of God. God have all these favorites, special folks. And then when you look at these people, look how nasty their character is. Look how messed up they are. They special. God gonna choose them over somebody that you know is a nice person, somebody that you know that is a real sincere believer and just a all-around good person. But God always chooses these damn heathens, these troublemakers, these warmongers to be his chosen people. What kind of God is that? Like they say, talk black to me. So I question this God. What kind of mindset is this God? That you're gonna choose some of the worst people out of all the years of your children on this planet. You choose the worst people, you choose the worst individuals, the worst nations to be your chosen. I want about a God like this. Now, y'all a bunch of hypocrites, y'all fake, because you know dang well if your parents treated one of your siblings special and divine over you and the rest of your siblings, you would have a problem with that. But when it comes to this God out of all the billions of people on the planet, when this God chooses his chosen people, and another question is, chosen to do what? Now, John F. Kennedy, who was the president of the United States, now his parent, I think his name was Joseph Kennedy, chose his sons because he wanted them to be president of the United States. That's why they was chosen. So there was a reason why they was chosen. So now maybe it's all right if a parent choose a child for, okay, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be a lawyer, I want you to be a basketball player. Okay, I can understand that. But to make you special and give all your attention and say that you're the divine and you're the holy and give all the rewards to one child, what about the rest? What about little Akbar? What about little Tracy and little Muhammad and Pookie and Ray Ray? Why Pookie and Ray can't be divine? Oh, you know why. oh, Pookie and Ray Ray can't be divine, but these idiots that's dropping bombs on people, that's calling for people death, they can be divine, but Pookie and Ray Ray can't be divine. Y'all some messed up folks in the head, really. Really. The Catholic Church, supposed to be the Pope, supposed to be close to God, and they a bunch of pedophiles, child molesters. Who the hell? What God is choosing all this stuff? They are the divine. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm very glad that I'm not God's chosen, because clearly this fella don't know how to make good choices. He or she or it don't know how to make good choices. And you ever notice when it comes to God's chosen, God always choose men. God don't choose women. Oh, God sacrificed his only begotten son. How come God couldn't have a daughter? What's wrong with women? What's wrong with womanhood here? Why Jesus couldn't be a woman, a female? My son. And this is another thing. I forgot what the word called. What is that word called? Somebody in the chat room, somebody can probably help me. What's that word when you choose only family for certain jobs? You know, you got a job to do, and you only choose your family. You know, your like Donald Trump. You know, he chooses his son, his daughter, put them in these cabinet positions and whatever. What's that called? Anyway, God had to choose his son for the big promotion. You know, for the big sacrifice. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Yeah, nepotism. See, I don't know it all. Thank you. Thank y'all. Nepotism, you're right. Thank you so much.
Warning.
Thank you. Yeah. Nepotism. You know, God shows nepotism. His son had to be. And he also is, what's that word, misogynist? Because clearly God ain't interested in what women can do. Male chauvinist, misogynist. God seems to be a misogynist, a male chauvinist, because all throughout the Bible and Quran, it's nothing but men. So God's chosen people is a bunch of idiots, and they have to be a male. They have to be a man, and they have to be an idiot. They don't have no integrity, warmongers. That's the type of people that's God's chosen people. Are y'all serious? Really? This makes me question God even more. This don't make any sense. This is not wise. And you wonder why the world is in the condition that it's in, because not only is man, of whom supposed to be God's creation, messed up, but God himself is messed up. If God was perfect, then where's the perfection? Where's the perfection on the earth? If you're perfect, that means you can create something that's perfect. You're not perfect. This God is not perfect. That's why nothing on the planet is perfect. That's why the earth is not perfect. That's why things always changing. That's why things always evolving. Things always adapting, because not perfect. So clearly God is not perfect. Y'all don't understand. But see, in your eyes, because maybe God is not messed up like you are, maybe you think that God is perfect. And some of y'all are worse than Louis Farrakhan. That's why you said you think Louis Farrakhan is divine. That's why you think Louis Farrakhan is perfect, because you really, really messed up. And see, you really don't know the history and don't know who Louis Farrakhan is, because if you did, you would say, wow, he's more messed up than you could probably ever be, if you really knew what he was about, knew his history. He's not special. He's not divine. None of these people are special and divine. They are born just like you, and they're going to die just like any other man. And there's no God that made them or chose them to be divine. You're caught up in lies. Caught up in lies and delusions and fantasy. Now, this is what's so sad. Now, look, like I told you, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I don't know, but I'm not a fool. I remember when one of my siblings was born, and I asked my mother, I asked her where that child come from. My mother told me thank you, D. My mother told me that my sibling came from out of the cotton field. You know, we live down south, you know, in Mississippi, and my people, they pick cotton. And my mother told me this baby came from up out of the cotton field. That didn't make no sense to me. But see, the thing about that, what's so sad about it, is here I am. I don't know how old I was. But my mother lied to me. I'm gonna say that again. My mother lied to me. Okay? Here is your parent. Your parent's supposed to love you. Your parent's supposed to protect you. But then my mother turned around. My mother turned around and she lied to me. Now, she could have told me, you're not old enough to understand yet. Now, she could have been like that, but she didn't. She told me a damn lie. That's the kind of stories that you get in religion. They don't want to tell you the truth, so they give you these made-up lies. Curiosity. Because you have a childlike mind. You're immature, and they give you these fantasy and make-believe fables and stories, like my mother told me. But I trusted my mother. She's supposed to protect me from lies. She's supposed to protect me from harm. And here is my mother. She's a liar. These people that tell you about God, they claim they love you. They supposed to protect you and look out for your best interest, and they lying to you. They lied to you and me. I know it sounds harsh, but that's what has happened. It's a lie. We've been lied to. Fantasy and fiction cannot solve real problems. And you wonder why we're in the condition that we're in, because we're looking to fantasy and fiction to solve real problems. It's not going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen is it's going to get worse. And that's what we see right now. It gets worse. So even in the religious teachings, when you talk about Armageddon and you go to the Revelations, it don't look good for humanity. It's going to get worse and worse. And one of the problems is these religious teachings, these spiritual, these decoding, all this stuff that we're into, all this trying to figure, all this spirituality, decoding and prophecy, all this garbage, this stuff that don't mean nothing, that got you caught up looking for something that don't exist, that's not going to be able to solve your problems. Thousands of years, not only now, but for thousands of years, the human being has been looking to spirituality and religion, and nothing. It's gotten worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And only thing that these people of religion do as it get worse and worse is tell you a change is gonna come, Jesus coming, God coming back. They've been saying that for hundreds, thousands of years. Ain't nothing changed yet. You and me, if we don't do it, it's not gonna get done. And so since you and me refuse to get the job done, nothing's ever gonna change. If the human being don't change it, because look, this is the reality of it. The reality of it is, it's the human being that caused it. So if the human being caused it, the human being is the one that's gonna have to clean the mess up. But the problem is you have certain human beings that benefit from this mess. They don't want nothing to change. They like it just what it is, just the way that it is.
Warning.
So you got to get rid of, push them the hell out the way and clean it up. I don't care what army they have.
Turn left on.
I don't care what kind of money they have. They don't have enough to challenge all the good people on this planet. Because believe me, the majority of the people on this planet, y'all are good people. You're good at heart and you want what's right. It's enough of us to take these evil and wicked suckers, greedy, materialistic suckers out of the picture. And I bet you, in no time, you'll see the earth, the animals, the air getting clean, the water going back to the clean way it used to be. That's right, Vanessa. No more lies. No more playing pretend. We need the truth. Speak, speak, speak. And that's why I love this. I don't care if nobody listens to me. I'm going to say what I have to say. Because sooner or later, somebody will, even if I'm dead and gone. Because the videos will still be here, and the writings will still be here, and somebody who heard me will still be here to get this damn job done once and for all. Not only racism needs to be destroyed, but this whole wicked, all this crap, capitalism, socialism, all this crap, all this ism that got humanity all messed up, all of it must be destroyed. And only good people can do that. So Dr. King said the reason why evil exists is because good people do nothing. So until the good people stand up, ain't a damn thing gonna change. You can wait on God, you can wait on an alien, a spaceship, all that stuff, all you want to, until the good people say, I've had enough. I stood all I can stand. I cannot stand no more until you and me, all the good people all on this planet, all of the poor and the suffering, until we stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Stop waiting on these things to come out the sky. When we get to the point we've had enough, that's when things will change. I hope that I am alive and I can see when humanity stands up, when the good people stand up against evil. And if you notice, I didn't say the good black people, I didn't say the good white people, I said the good people. It makes no difference about that. Because when you're talking about good, good has no color. All that racism garbage. When the good people stand up, that's when things will change. On that note, thank y'all for listening, giving me the honor of your time for a second time today. And hopefully I'll talk about if time allows me, maybe later on this week or this weekend, I get back with you. But I love talking to us. I love doing this. My channel is not monetized. I do this because I love us as a people. And I don't have to like you. I don't have to like you, but I still love us as a people and I want better for you. Even those who hate my guts, I don't wish no harm on none of us, because you hate me in your ignorance. That's the reason why you hate me. Because if you really knew me, you know that I love us and I want what's in the best interest of us as soul brothers and sisters. That's the name our people gave us, and that's what I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna use that black crap that the racists gave us. I'm not gonna use that. My people gave us soul, and I'm gonna keep it. Power to the people, soul power. On that note, like Don Cornelius always shown us and taught us, thank you, Vanessa. Love you, Vanessa, all y'all in the chat room. I love us for real. Like Dr. Cornelius always taught us as important. I wish us to Facebook, those who will be listening to these words later on, those in the chat room, those of you who are listening, I wish us love, peace, and soul. Let y'all ride with me a second. am, River City Casino. I might be there myself. August the 30th.